4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Young and the Restless. I'm Andrew.
I'm Brian.
I'm for Nick.
Oh, that's
Oh.
good. Long time no see, guys.
Yeah, well, we saw each other.
Has it been a while? Has it really
It's
been?
been a
Seen
month.
you.
Yeah, I believe it's been a month. Let me double check.
I thought it was like 2 weeks, but I could be completely off time.
It's felt like a month.
Well, in the time that we've been away, you had a match, right? Have we talked about
we
that?
talked about that.
So it hasn't been that long.
No.
It was November 13th was our last episode, a very full
So we
gear.
haven't done the
2
recap
weeks.
of SummerSlam. Oh, no, of
Survivor Series.
Yeah. So let me pull up the sheet.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I ran away with it.
Again.
No doubt. We'll have to do it again.
Let me pull that up. But yeah, so how's everybody been?
I've been good. I've been working on something with some people, which has been awesome. Can't talk about it yet, but we will soon.
We've been working on some stuffs behind the scenes.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been working, just doing. It's the holidays, so it's always kind of busy as shit.
Yeah, shopping. I
Yeah.
hate shopping, and I've had to get gifts for people.
My Spotify Wrapped was basically what I expected it to be.
What was your number one?
What was my?
I guess number one album or song or artist.
It's song.
My number one album was Fearless Taylor's version.
Oh,
You
okay.
listened to it that much since it came out?
Dude, I love Taylor Swift.
I know you do, but I'm just saying.
It was that in the new John Mayer.
Oh, yeah,
that's
that
a
got
good
a
one.
lot
That
of
didn't
play.
make my top 10. I thought that, or that didn't make my top. I thought that would, but as I expected, is Los Angeles by Dougie Poole, one of my new favorite artists. He's from Brooklyn. He's like like a cosmic country type stuff. Like it's like hipster country.
I love how 2 Tickets to Paradise was on your.
Yeah, I
like
listen to that
most
song
played.
a lot. I do listen.
That's
So
your road song, your cruising song.
well, no, it's so I'm a big fan of organization with like in computers and stuff. So I've playlists and folders, and on the desktop, what you can do is you can put it on shuffle and then double click a folder and it'll play a song from all the playlists in there. So for example, my work folder has 27 playlists in it.
Jesus.
That's one of the songs, but it's Top Songs USA, Hot Hits USA, Top Songs Global, Viral 50 Global, Viral 50 USA, Today's Top Hits Clean, 90s Road Trip, Chances with Wolves. That's one that I made of like my favorite songs. That's a radio show that I listen to. 80s Hits, City Pop and Funk Japanese, Raised on Punk, The Essential Ska, All Out 90. It's just like a bunch of different, and then like a bunch of like country and like oldies. So, yeah, but that's why 2 Tickets to Paradise was on there, because for a while there I was just listening to an 80s playlist at work, and as much as I love the 80s, I don't love it that much.
Oh, you probably love the 80s more than anybody I know.
Oh, 100%. I mean, have you seen my apartment? my main goal, first of all, my first main goal is to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody. And then my second main goal is I want to have a basement with like the wood paneling with like a tube TV and like an old like the floral like cloth meets wood couch like
So my uncle's basement.
exactly like your mom and dad's basement is like my dream basement, and then at the same time
You can go live there.
You can.
do I want to? No. But yeah, I've always had a dream of just like having that thing and just having like WrestleManias like 1 through 20 playing on the TV as I'm like putting together Gundam models in the background. Yeah,
Wow,
anyways, yeah.
that's interesting.
Wrestling.
Yeah, do you have the scores?
Yeah, I do have the scores. So, you want to go top first to last? Last first?
Wherever. I'm last.
Yeah, you are. So Saturday Night Squabble.
Let's see what happened. What happened in Survivor Series that got us
In
to
Survivor Series, Jimmy and Jay Uso lost, so that's -4 points.
Yep.
And then Xavier Woods lost, so that's -2 points.
Yep.
And then Bianca Belair won, and that was 12 points.
Huh.
So you got a total of 6 points for a total for the season of 34 points.
Proud of those points. Proud of
Me,
every
on the
point.
other hand, I got almost all my wrestlers except for 2. The 2 that I traded out for 2 cut wrestlers. So I got -2 because Sasha Banks lost. I got 8 for Roman Reigns winning. I got -2 for Charlotte losing. I got -2 for Drew McIntyre losing. Bobby Ashley got me 12 points. Kevin Owens got me 12 points. Apollo Crews got me 2 points. And then Carmella got me 12 points for a total of 40 points. Season total, 86 points. Nice. Nick, on the other hand, didn't do too good, but he's
Survivor Series, yeah.
But you swept at Crown Jewel. But you still got, because I won Survivor Series, but you got 12 for Finn Balor, -2 for Big E, -2 for Shayna, -2 for Damian Priest, 8 for Becky Lynch, 12 for Austin Theory, your man, still holding on there. Matt Riddle got 4, and Randy Orton got 4 for a total of 34 for a season total of 102 points.
Woo!
You got 62 points on the second event, the Crown Jewel. So what do you guys think of Survivor Series?
I'm not a big fan of the pay-per-view normally, but I didn't hate it.
It was just there, you know.
I really thought that we were going to get something at the end like The Rock, but we didn't get The Rock.
We did get a golden egg.
Yeah.
And your boy Austin Theory found the golden egg. That's awesome.
He stole the golden egg.
He found it.
I don't like Survivor Series as a concept. The Raw versus SmackDown thing, it sucks. No one cares. It's not a cool storyline that no one cares about.
Yeah, like
I love when they did the NXT versus main roster type shit.
That was really cool.
Because they try to put too many personal issues involved. Like WWE loves to bring up like putting two people on a storyline together on a team and let's see how they can work together. Well, it never works out now, does it? So it's stupid.
I mean, Nikki Ash and Rhea Ripley are a pretty good team.
Not anymore. They lost the belts.
Oh, dang. Okay, never mind then. Shows you how much I watch. But yeah.
But the whole like I don't mind teasing The Rock, but it is so goddamn
the whole night. It was a celebration of The Rock.
Well, I feel like it's the only way they got him back was they would help promote this movie. But fucking Christ.
But I mean, you would think that The Rock would even come on the screen and do like a little promo or something just because they did so fucking much. They hammered it into our heads the entire night.
They promoted his shitty fucking Netflix. It is the #1 most watched movie on Netflix of all time.
Well, I mean, and I think that's why The Rock agreed. Like, The Rock probably put that in the contract that the only way that he would do it was if it involved promotion around a movie he was doing. Like, that's probably fine. That's probably his doing.
Mm-hmm. And then he was in New York. He was doing Jimmy Fallon like the night before, and then
I wonder if he decided not to do it last minute.
Well, people were saying
it was so shitty. He's like, nah, I'm not gonna do it now.
Like he's above it,
and he is. He's above shit like that.
I mean, WWE compared to like when he left to now is like a completely different product. Like it's just like. I've been watching the Ruthless Aggression documentaries again.
Yeah, they're very good.
That's an era that I totally missed. So it's a really good, like, just getting the inside scoop.
It's an era that I overlooked.
Exactly,
right?
Yeah. Like, I got out of wrestling when I was just like, Brock Lesnar, I don't care. And now I'm just like, yo, Brock Lesnar's the fucking shit.
A lot of those matches were very, very good.
Yes, but they talk about The Rock leaving to go to Hollywood and stuff like that. And if you look at his first couple of movies, they're kind of stinkers.
Yeah, what was that one we saw in theaters that was really good?
Oh,
Snitch.
Snitch, yeah.
Damn,
that was
so
a great movie. And then he was also in another movie called Faster, where he was like a convict that got out of prison and he was like hunting down the people that like turned on him, and that was a good one. But when that came out, there was also the rumor that he was going to be in Fast and Furious 7. So when my friend Matt and I saw that cutout at Arundel Mills, we were just like, oh my God, the new Fast and Furious is called Faster? That's crazy. And then we went and saw it and we were like, yo, this movie fucking sucks. He doesn't talk at all. Another great one from that same time, though, is Pain and Gain.
Pain and Gain is great.
We saw that one as well. Yeah. That was a great movie. But he was in, the guy that directed Donnie Darko directed this other movie that also sucked. And The Rock was like a main character in that. And he was like, that's when he got super skitty. And there was like the rumors that like The Rock had AIDS back in like 2006, 2007. I don't know.
Holy shit, we're off track.
When did
But The Rock is
When do you think he's gonna come back?
I don't think he's ever going to come back.
Whoa, hot take.
I'll put that. I'll put
hot take. Do you actually have $5?
I have $45.
Oh, look at you. That's drug money, baby.
It is. It's for buying weed. This $5 I'm going to put in this popcorn bucket, and you guys can split it up. If you guys want to put in, I don't think he's going to return at WrestleMania. I don't think he's going to return in 2022. I think he'll like pop up. I don't think he's going to wrestle.
Okay.
I'm going Rumble.
Yeah. You think he's going to show up as number 30 in the Rumble?
I don't. I don't think he'll be in the Rumble. But I could see him showing up at Rumble.
So like when he raised Roman Reigns' hand, like that type of thing, or him.
I think he's gonna.
Or him pulling a Rousey.
He's not gonna wrestle. If he does wrestle, he's not going to do anything in the ring until Mania.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If he does anything, all he's going to do is show up to kind of set up something.
I wish he would have showed up at Survivor Series and literally looked at Roman Reigns and then left. And he could have not shown up on TV for another fucking month. And we would be wondering, like, oh, is it falling apart? Is the bloodline, like, you know, what the fuck's happening?
Yeah.
If Brock Lesnar can show up for one day and leave for a couple weeks, like The Rock can.
Because who's his new opponent? Like, who's the new contender? Is it Jeff Hardy? Or is Jeff Hardy going after someone?
No,
else?
Sami Zayn, I think, is... Oh, no, that's... Yeah, Sami Zayn's number one contender now.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Cool.
Yeah, it didn't make sense, but I think he won something.
Well, and then he did a dark match on Raw to, like, sell extra tickets.
Yeah, Roman did, yeah.
Roman, yeah.
Because Long Island was fucking...
Well, here's the scoop. So WWE had it set. So that arena is new, and WWE had it set up for like something like 5,000 or 6,000 seats, and that's why people were like freaking out, like, oh, they've only sold like 40, and then WWE and like WWE fanboys were taking shots at AEW because all the publications and dirt sheets were saying that AEW only sold 1,000 more tickets. But AEW also opened it up for the full capacity of 11,000 people.
Yeah, they did a lot more.
Yeah, so like if you look at the grand scheme of things, AEW did. But also, can we talk about what we were talking about earlier about the seat fillers?
Oh yeah,
and how people in WWE were accusing Tony Khan of buying tickets and buying off like YouTubers and stuff like that, and like hiring people to fill the seats, and then WWE gets caught hiring seat fillers. I just thought that was great.
Well, so even if I didn't see many photos from. I don't know what that fucking was.
That's my cat. She's in heat. She's howling.
Oh, I didn't see many photos from the Raw broadcast, but when you watch AEW, they show like the entire arena. You can see it's full. Like,
oh yeah,
AEW is not scared to show even empty seats. Like the camera goes around, but WWE kind of stays in like 3 spots. And
thanks,
they
Kevin
will
Dunn.
Always show those like 3 spots.
I also we brought up something earlier too, how I didn't really notice how much WWE pumped in crowd noise until that promo spot between MJF and CM Punk, where like the crowd was just like dead, like but not dead. You heard the one like a couple like the rumblings of a crowd, but then at the same time you were just like enthralled by this thing.
They've been doing that since the 90s.
Oh yeah, I know. Like they've been accused of it many times, but like I never really like noticed it until like recently when I was like, oh, they're still doing that shit.
Well,
like,
I think the difference is that the dynamics between the people who are actually cheering and the crowd pumped in noise. Because if you see 1,000 people excited and then you have crowd noise on top of it, you're like, oh, maybe they're that excited. But people are not making any fucking visible like reactions, and there's this crowd noise over top.
So,
it's like this is very fake.
So let's just take for example,
like bad Foley.
What's the biggest pop for WWE that you can remember recently? Like the biggest
Hardy Boys return at WrestleMania.
Okay, so do you think that crowd was louder than CM Punk's return at AEW? Because
that's a different.
More people, but also like the thing is that the CM Punk, the crowd was so loud, it was louder than the music being played.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, Chicago fucking brings it, right?
And they also got free ice cream.
I'd be hyped up on sugar.
I sent you guys the photo. Becky framed one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's man. I wanted that. I asked her to steal it and she wouldn't. I typed in The Rock storyline and it brought up the movie For The Rock, starring Sean Connery and the Criterion Michael Bay film. Yeah, so crowd noise is crazy. Sorry, I got distracted. I'm not even high right now.
Well,
yeah, so
I guess we'll see when The Rock comes back.
somebody might get $2.50. Somebody might get $5. You
Or
know,
you may get it
I
back.
might get my own $5 back. You know.
Yeah.
Let's see what do we got in here.
You got
What do I got? Oh, SummerSlam again. So
Well, did anybody watch AEW last night?
I think we all did.
I
Because
did.
I
Didn't
did.
we all, you didn't?
Oh, I did.
Oh yeah.
I had
so
the worst wings of my life and watched it
Where'd you get them?
down the street. Today's Pizza.
Today's pizza is great. The wings are bad.
Which I didn't know. The pizza was amazing.
The subs are great. The wings are bad.
The wings were really bad.
Yeah, so fun fact, Becky came over and then she was like, I gotta leave. And I was like, okay, well, if you want to fall asleep. So the intention was to watch Grandma's Boy because she'd never seen it. And it's one of my favorite. It's in my top 10 favorite movies of all time. It still holds up. It's still great. But we started the movie so early and she fell asleep during it. Like 8 o'clock came around and I was like, maybe I can sneak in some wrestling. So like I turned it on and then she like kind of like adjusted herself and like sat up and like started so I think my girlfriend is full on AEW, is no longer just a Jungle Boy fan, is now like an AEW fan, but she still fell asleep. Yeah, but I mean, dude,
Last night was pretty good. I really enjoyed it.
from start to finish, great show.
Yeah. I wonder like how many viewers they're pulling in now, if it's consistent. Because I know it was low for a while, but I don't know if that's because of football and the holidays and shit.
Let me check because
I'll tell you my.
Yeah, because you're not an AEW fan.
I mean, I don't hate, like, I don't think it's weird. So I like some of the wrestlers. I still just look at it as an indie show. Like, I feel like they don't do enough storyline wise to reel me in. Like, they do a lot of like random matches that are like, oh, it's cool that these two indie guys are working together, but it's like, I don't need to see that. Like, and it's weird to me. Like, I don't need to see a match just to see a match. Like, I want, if I'm watching a wrestling television program, I want a television show.
So yeah, so I feel like they do a good job of building a storyline and keeping it going with like little subliminal messages here and there. I watched something on Parts of Unknown recently about Hangman Adam Page's run and how like he split off from the Dark Order when FTR showed up, and apparently like when he signed a contract there were like 2 beers and that was supposed to mean like FTR was there, but they're like pressuring him to drink but not drinking with him, like trying to get him drunk to like kind of bend him to their own will. And then when he won the belt, the Dark Order gave him a beer and he threw it to the ground and like hugged him, and it was just like
There's some good storytelling on AEW,
like
it's not consistent.
yeah, the
through
CM
the whole
Punk,
thing.
the CM Punk MJF stuff, that build up, I'm excited for this shit.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
But then he just
MJF has to win though.
and then he just went and just like beat up a fucking jobber that nobody cared about.
That's
Yeah.
what pissed me off. Was like, if you're building up to this big climactic match between MJF and Punk shouldn't be wrestling a single motherfucker.
No.
Because he doesn't want to look weak at all. Because obviously, because Punk's a good guy, he's a veteran. He's gonna give this no-name guy spots, right? And it's gonna make Punk look bad if this no-name guy is hitting these moves on this guy leading up to this fucking match against MJF. You want nothing going on until they collide.
Maybe. I mean, on the broadcast last night, was it last night or last week?
It was last.
MJF was saying like, you're having trouble beating the likes of QT Marshall.
That was last week because Raw did the thing where Edge was telling Miz that
But he said like you're having trouble, so maybe they're kind of building it up like CM Punk can barely beat QT Marshall, and now MJF is gonna overtake him. I mean, if MJF doesn't beat him, I'm fully done with the CM Punk shit. Yeah, I mean, I need to at least see CM Punk lose at some point, and who better to fucking beat him than an MJF?
I mean, I feel like they've missed out on plenty of opportunities to shove a rocket up MJF's ass.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He hung around Jericho way too long.
He hung around
Well, there
Cody
was some
too long.
cool shit there, but yeah, it was too fucking much.
MJF should be. I think he should be the face of the company.
Well, they're saying that he's one of the 4 pillars.
like
It's him, Jungle Boy, Darby Allin, and who's the other guy?
Well, out of the ones you just named, MJF's the only one I give a fuck about.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Jungle Boy's a fan favorite.
Darby Allin is.
Darby Allin's got his own
Jungle
spooky
Boy's
thing.
a fan favorite just because of what his reputation.
Oh,
is.
Sammy Guevara is the 4th one, who I think is an amazing wrestler.
He's okay.
For as young as he is, but
you know what's weird? Mm-hmm. Are there any black guys in AEW? Like main roster black guys?
yeah, Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yeah.
You have Scorpio Sky.
Yeah.
You have does Taz count?
No.
Okay,
I
then
don't
no.
think he's black at all.
I mean, they have the women.
Oh yeah, and then you have
Big Swole just left. What's
Big Swole,
Jade
Velvet.
Cargill?
Jade, Velvet Sky or Velvet Red Velvet,
Red Velvet.
and then
those
Brandy
two
and then
Velvets, I don't
Brandy
fucking
Rhodes. Man, that's
See,
actually
that's my
hard.
point.
Yeah.
That's what I think. WWE does a good job of like doing that now, which
They're
they didn't.
getting there,
They're
Like
Yeah.
getting there.
a good cultural mix. Like
Yeah.
you have a wrestler, you have a superstar for everybody.
And like even back in the '90s, they had it, but they were kind of like cultural insensitive about it. But they still had a very vast range of wrestlers.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I guess, and WWE's still trying to do that with like, Mansoor and fucking.
Oh, dude, fucking what's this? The rappers.
Oh, yeah.
You have Private Party and you have the Acclaimed.
Isn't that an Asian guy?
No. Anthony Bowens and the other dude. And then you have Private Party, which is the 2 dudes. And then you have that one guy who I'm like, I can't fucking stand seeing this guy. The guy that they keep, that like Team Taz was trying to sign him.
Leo Rush and that other guy.
Yeah. And then you have Anthony Ogogo.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I got
But
the roster
I guess
here.
not the problem, but the difference is
My
like
point was
they
like-
don't,
They're
they
not
don't
pushing
shove
them.
it down their
Yeah.
throat.
Yeah.
Like WWE is like, hey, look at us, really pushing a minority. That's
Yeah.
us. We're really pushing them.
And then you
they
had-
want praise. They want you to go.
Yeah, and then
Good job.
And then you have Jay Lethal who just signed, but I mean he got like Jay Lethal should have came in and wrecked shop in my opinion. Like he's like one of those dudes that's like a journeyman. He's been everywhere, and then like him coming in for like
Yeah, where is he at? He wasn't on.
he came in, he lost to Sammy Guevara, and then he's just been off TV. I think he's been on Dark or Elevation. I haven't caught up on those. I'm getting too excited now.
Hey, this is a little off track, but since we're just kind of on tangents, what do you think's going to happen to
Tangent Fest name of this episode in our
I got a
pay-per-view.
good question next after this one.
those the fucking brothers from Ring of Honor?
Oh, the Briscoes.
Yeah, what do you think they're going to go to AEW?
I think they're going to go to Impact.
GCW is going to fucking get.
Oh yeah,
huge
GCW's been
now.
signing a shit ton of people, and then MLW also signed a bunch of people too. So like, and MLW
get
has
interesting.
they were gonna have the show on Vice. Now it's on Wednesdays on YouTube after Dynamite. So that's my Wednesday nights. I watch that shit 1.25 speed.
It is interesting because now there is a lot more opportunities to stay like. I don't want to say semi-pro, but like in that aspect of
Independent.
independent, but like a major independent kind of
Yeah.
deal.
So like even like the NWA, like that was on YouTube for a while. Now it's on Fight. I mean,
Nick Aldis could go anywhere, but he doesn't want to.
yeah, Aldis.
He's pretty content.
It was Aldis and the guy that won the belt off of him on this week's NWA. M something.
I mean, like
Hughes.
if
Yeah.
I was younger and I was in talks of getting signed anywhere, I don't think I would go to AEW right now.
Oh
No.
Just because like there's too much going on already,
yeah, like personally, I think that
and I
like,
definitely wouldn't go to WWE.
I have been getting a little fatigued by AEW of just being like, okay, well, on the 2 main shows, which are the only like canonical shows that people actually watch, I'm seeing the same fucking people, like all this blah blah blah, like like I'm finally becoming that guy that's like burnt out after almost 3 years of AEW, but but when those moments do happen, they're more powerful and emotional for me than in WWE, where I'm just like, God damn it. But then like on the flip side, WWE does have like those things where like when they give you a moment, they give you a fucking moment. Like they give you something to remember. Where like I feel like
so far but few and far between anymore.
yeah, and then like AEW is just like, you know, with all these releases and stuff, like don't become Impact. Like don't become that early Impact, you know, like, you know.
So who do you think will be the first to leave AEW?
Kenny Omega or MJF.
Yeah, I don't think MJF's gonna leave. I think he's talked about it so much. I could see Kenny going somewhere else. I think somebody big's gonna leave and go to fucking WWE.
Someone big's gonna have to leave.
Do you think they're
The
going to
money's
leave
gonna
and
be
go to
too good.
WWE, or do you think they're going to go back to New Japan? Like New Japan's a thing now, like still a thing. You know,
I think it depends.
as much as Nick
gonna
hates
make
it, Impact
headlines.
is
It's-
actually like decent now. Like with like them, like
Somebody's got to leave and go to WWE.
I think it depends on their age and what they want, right? If they're like coming to the end of their career and they want to do one more run and make a quick $1 million, then they'll hit WWE.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking. Why wouldn't you? There's going to be so much money on the table for anybody to
Right, and that's what I feel like.
leave.
If you're already an established name, then
Yeah, I'm
going
looking up-
from AEW to WWE probably isn't a bad idea if you're just like if you're in it for like a quick run
yeah.
to get in, get out. And
You
make
know,
that
I
money.
think Daniel Bryan will go back.
I feel like he would.
oh yeah,
End
100%.
his career there. He'll
Yeah.
make fucking tenfolds just going back.
Dante Martin, that's the guy I was trying to think of.
Who?
Dante Martin, the wrestler I don't fucking give a shit about, but they keep shoving down our throats.
I like him. He's a young kid. He's like 20.
Yeah, but still, like he was a tag team wrestler with his brother, and then his brother got injured. Now his brother's not injured, and he's still on the roster, but they don't. Where is he? Where are you?
We don't.
Where are
need
you, Darius?
Don't need him yet.
Yeah. But do you think Ethan Page is too old to go to WWE? Like him and Scorpio Sky, like I mean, both of those are like great dudes who haven't.
I just don't know if they have a lot to offer to WWE.
I don't think they have a lot to offer.
Yeah. And then with WWE going this younger, edgier direction, like
At least for NXT, yeah.
yeah, NXT fucking sucks lately. Did you see that Money in the Bank shit they were doing on Tuesday?
No. I like the way that they're doing the show, but it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I'm not gonna follow.
You were
it.
like you were
No.
watching it for a couple weeks there. Like I think
I like the idea. I'm not gonna watch it, but I like the idea of giving these guys pushes and like a lot of more TV time to get ready for whenever they get called up. But it's not. I'm not gonna enjoy watching the TV show.
yeah, Braun Breaker apparently has only been wrestling for like a year and has had 8 matches on NXT and is like doing like top rope like Frankensteiners and shit. And it's like
It's in his jeans.
or it's in his tights. But no, but he like he's getting that push, and I think he's like one of like a young John Cena. I could see him
I
being
like
a new
him.
face. Like
Yeah.
Braun, I hated at first. Also, I noticed that it's BRON, and you could still use Braun Strowman's theme because it's the same name, it's just spelled differently. So
Wonder when
I tried to make a meme about that, and I was just like, nah, I
wonder when
can't.
Braun Strowman's going to show up somewhere. Or the Fiend.
He's in Impact. Apparently, or he's signed to Impact. Apparently,
Apparently,
Word on the street.
apparently, he has a lot of money too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I know he was doing his like bookings. Like his booking fee was nuts.
It's like $10,000.
Yeah, I
Nothing.
don't really know. Don't care.
I don't need to pay $10,000 to see a big man give shoulder tackles on the
Do you
outside of
think-
the ring.
Now, question for you: do you think -1 would ever sign with WWE?
No.
No. Do you think he's dead?
I think he's going to be a doctor.
He's already he's the lifetime TNT champion.
I don't know who -1 is.
It's Brody
Lee's
Lee's son.
the little kid.
Oh.
Yeah.
He was given a lifetime AEW contract.
contract.
or whatever.
Yeah. He's when he's 18, he's just signed at AEW if he wants to.
If he wants to wrestle.
Seems pretty.
Sorry, I
irresponsible
keep
locking
not
him like
working the
that.
camera. Hold on, I'm looking at the roster. I'm trying to find people that might leave. But they're all either like too old or they're like they're
Well, I mean, not even leave the WWE. I mean, just go somewhere else. In general.
oh yeah. Then I see a bunch of people like fucking. I could see who we got here. I could see Ricky Starks because he started at NWA.
Yeah.
And he was great. Eddie Kingston started in NWA as well, or that was like his first like big promotion. I could see Sammy Guevara going anywhere and doing great shit. But do you think that AEW wrestlers have that kind of like cult mentality, kind of like WCW wrestlers did, but without the big money contracts? Like, just like,
I think that's the only reason why WCW wrestlers had that, because of the money.
yeah.
I think AEW is establishing themselves enough that there aren't going to be a lot of people leaving. I mean, they're still a young company, but they're, you know.
A lot of their contracts are coming up next year, and I can see them doing a mass release.
I feel like they should. They should, because they're new, so they need to like refocus their business model for the next whatever new contract.
Or they need to add an hour to Rampage or something. Or
because they have a lot of talent that's not doing anything.
Well, they are, but they're just nobody's watching them because it's on Dark and Elevation and stuff.
But that's not doing anything for them, for the wrestlers.
No.
Yeah, but it's giving them screen time and like showing them like how to work the camera and like, you know, because it's the same camera setup as all the other stuff.
But that's like the Crash Hollies that you only saw on Sunday Night Heat, and it's like, whatever.
And then, but I equate it to like main event. Like when I remember when Andy still lived here and we were watching WWE every week, and he would watch NXT and fill me in. I would watch main event and fill him in because he'd just be like, "What's like Dana Brooke up to? What's, you know, Jeff Hardy up to?" and all that. And I'm like, dude, they're all on main event. Like that's where the mid carders go to die. Like essentially, like, but that's where like you see like Bronson Reed and like Karrion Kross had a debut match on, like, you know, when they're like, oh, they were there for a dark match. That shit was filmed for main event. So, but main event, not that bad.
Is this still on?
It's on Hulu. It's like a Hulu exclusive. So
I'm not gonna watch it.
Nope.
Yeah, it's an hour. You can't put it on 1.25 speed legally. Yeah. I got the Dynamite results here. I do like this whole Bryan Danielson coming for Hangman by going through the Dark Order. Like going,
yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think
sure, but I mean, like they've done that angle like 3 times already.
Yeah, I mean, I wish they would just not have these guys wrestle to a point. Like Nick was saying, like you just don't have them fucking wrestle for a while.
Yeah, like, well, that's also what AEW
just come out and do promos.
That's that's what AEW.
You can build up storylines so much better by not having them work, and then let other people do things in the ring.
Yeah, let the younger talent do shit in the ring, build storylines that way. Just have the main guys come out, cut promos,
and get you more
like they did, and then
to sell the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
or do one of like the monthly pay-per-views or something. Like, for example, I think Winter is coming.
I feel like they need to
get
get more pay-per-views.
So do you think they
how
should?
How many do they do in a year?
They do 4 pay-per-views, and then they do 8 of the TNT, like the specials, like Bash at the Beach, Fight for the Fallen, Winter is Coming. Like, you know, like all those ones, like the Jericho Cruise, like when they do the one broadcast from one where they have all the type. They're doing another one. I think it's either this month or next month. And it's essentially their version of Clash of Champions. Like every belt is up for grabs.
They have 4 pay-per-views, but they're only named 2 different things, correct?
No, so you have Full Gear, All Out.
Winter's Coming.
No, that's not.
That's a pay-per-view, right?
No, because Sting debuted on TNT. AEW pay-per-views. List of all elite pay-per-view events. Here we go. Let's just, they're all the same. All Out, Full Gear, Double or Nothing, Revolution.
Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
Revolution, yeah, that was.
And then Fyter Fest and Fight for the Fallen were originally pay-per-views, and then those were replaced with Revolution, and that's it. They were just replaced with Revolution. But yeah, I'm looking at, Battle of the Belts is January 8th at the Bojangles Coliseum in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Bojangles.
Yeah, but so Daniel Bryan opened it up. I also like that Daniel Bryan is using a different finisher in every match. That's like some meta shit that like.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah. Bryan and then, you know, some taunts, all this other stuff. Lee Moriarty versus Best in the World CM Punk.
I didn't need that match at all.
Nope, didn't need to happen.
Don't even know who the fuck this Moriarty guy is. Fucking Sherlock Holmes' his brother and arch enemy. It's a Sherlock Holmes joke for you guys. Wardlow with Sean Spears versus AC Adams.
Oh, that was a squash.
I kind of fuck with Wardlow. I like big beefy
don't.
boys.
Sean Spears hit that fucking dude with some weird chair shots.
He is the
after
chairman
match.
of the board.
It
He
looked
is.
fucking rough, dude. Speaking of rough, the end of that card.
So you have Sting and Darby Allin via pinfall winning
Versus
over Gun Club.
Who I am in love with Gun Club, dude.
Gotcha.
I'm just gonna say I think Billy Gunn's in the best shape of his life. He looks better than his fucking sons.
Okay.
Like, it's cool to see.
Ruby Soho and Chris Statlander for the TBS title quarterfinal, and then Soho won. I do like hearing Tony Schiavone sing Ruby Soho by Rancid. It's cringy hilarious.
So when's the move to TBS?
January.
Oh, nice. You think Ruby Soho's gonna take it all?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And then
I feel like she has to.
Yeah, who else?
I'm glad she's getting a big push. She's cool. I like her gimmick.
I think she's a great wrestler, you know, who just like an underutilized in WWE. And then we had Thunder Rosa. So the finals are Nyla Rose versus Ruby Soho versus Thunder Rosa and Jade Cargill.
Oh, wait, is it a 4-way?
No, it's those two, and then the winner of those go on to.
Okay.
Yeah, so this was the quarterfinals. Then you have the
Jade
semifinals.
Cargill could win.
Jade Cargill could fucking win, and if she did, I would not be upset.
She scares the fuck out of me.
Yeah, so out of those two, Jade Cargill and Ruby Soho, I think both of those are going to win. They're going to go and put on a Barnstormer on January 5th, 2022.
Nice.
Yeah.
That'd be a good day.
Is that Winter is Here?
Let's find out.
Winter's coming. Winter's here. Winter's next year.
Winter's coming. January 5th it's a Dynamite. It's because the 8th, January 8th is a Battle of the Belts. Let me look at my calendar here. Talk amongst yourselves, guys.
Well, we also need the rest of the card from last night.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just say this. Cody Rhodes versus
January 5th is a Wednesday, so that is a Dynamite. But yeah.
versus this guy.
Yeah. That match. So yeah, finally Atlanta Street Fight. La Sombra Andrade El Idolo with Jose versus the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes with Arn. Is this when Arn Anderson took the bump?
Yeah,
It wasn't really a
fell
bump.
off the
When he
stage.
just literally just went woo.
That
Like,
probably sucked, dude. He's too old to be slipping like that.
don't.
He's gonna
come
break
on,
a
man.
hip.
I mean, not don't to you, just don't. Like, stop. Like I've said many times, let these fucking men retire. Like, leave Earl Hebner and JR alone. Like, I mean, if they love it, that's cool. But like, I don't need to fucking like. And you're talking to a dude that loves the 80s and the 90s. Like, I love nostalgia. I don't need to see JR and like Arn Anderson and fucking Sting and
You don't have CJR anymore. Don't worry.
I love JR. If JR does pass, I will fucking cry and I am gonna call out of
I
work.
think he's doing good. His cancer's doing better.
because he did a treatment on it. But yeah, La Sombra versus the American Nightmare.
It was a very good match to start, and then it became like pretty brutal.
I think AEW does that very well, like putting on these like brutal indie style.
They fucked up that ending though. His back looked so bad. He looked burnt to
Yeah.
shit.
So for those that haven't watched,
I don't know why he didn't wear a shirt.
Or
because he's Cody Rhodes.
he fell like right into it. He was doing a suplex, but he didn't suplex Andrade into it.
Yeah.
He just took it all on his own.
I think it was just the table placement, blah blah blah. You know, just mistakes.
But then the shit was all over his back. Like I assume it all melted.
Okay, so
I mean, I'm sure they put like petroleum jelly on each other.
it's the edge trimming. So like on the side of like the arcade cabinet and all that. So like
But it's all melted off.
yeah, it's rubber and plastic. Like why didn't they just fucking remove that? If that's because I know they have like gimmick chairs and shit. It's like Brandy Rhodes is gonna light this shit on fire. Like. By the way, they lit a table on fire and then Cody Rhodes went through it instead of putting Andrade through it.
And when he was like had little parts of him still on fire when he was on the ground.
Do you think he did this because the people threw the belt back last week? Like, and because he said that he will never turn heel. So Cody Rhodes is, if he's one thing, he's a man of his word. He lost to whoever early on, and I think it was early on, like Dynamite episode 3 or 4, where he said, "I'll never challenge for the AEW championship again," and then made himself TNT championship.
Yeah.
Terrible neck tattoo.
Yes.
And then, but then he was like saying lately that he would never turn heel because of his kid, and like he has too many like duties as like a board member, as like a spokesperson, that like it wouldn't make sense for him to be like, I fucking hate kids, and then like go make a wish. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I think he's gonna have to turn heel because the crowd is not liking him anymore.
do you think he could be that like the Kurt Angle type of heel where like he's basking in it and like being like, I'm a face, but like everybody's just like, you suck. Like,
Why not?
I mean, that'd be great. I could see him doing it. But yeah, his back was fucked up. He had little fires everywhere, like that movie, like that TV show. Like it was fucking. That was a great TV show, by the way. We're going off on a lot of tangents, or I am. But yeah. So
it was a good card altogether.
Cody won, reverse suplex through a flaming table. That match was absolute insanity. It was terrific brawl, but the finish was unbelievable, and I didn't see it coming. Right?
Where are you?
Josh Bootwell.
How'd you not see that coming? I think everyone saw
WrestleView.com.
I saw that coming the first 5 minutes into the match.
You saw a flaming table coming into play?
I didn't see a flaming table, but
Yeah, I knew somebody was going to 2 tables because they did the corner table spot, and then they had the
arm drag.
Yeah, and then I thought last night was 5 out of 5 Andrews.
It was pretty good.
Nick, how'd you like your first AEW episode?
First one. I mean, it was fine. I mean, it just, again, like there's just a lot of stuff that for me just doesn't need to be there.
Yeah.
And then also back to like the quality, like WWE versus AEW, like the differences. I've also noticed that like WWE's has more like cinematic look to it, and is more like bright and stuff, where like AEW has the cinematic looks when they're doing the pans around when they're using the 8K camera to do the pan around the ring as like people are doing flips and shit, which I think is really cool. But when they're like cutting promos, it's very New Japan. It's like very bright lights, and like it's like they kind of dark, but also not dark. Like they don't turn the lights off fully on the crowd, but they also have. Maybe I'm just used to WWE just turning the lights off on the crowd.
Yeah, I mean the WWE, like it's so. Everything outside the ring is darkened, right?
Yeah, because they want you to focus.
Yeah, just focus on the ring.
Where like AEW on the other hand has like that New Japan,
whole
just
experience.
Like it's like smoke,
which I like.
Oh yeah, like I feel like AEW fan, like you're gonna have asshole fans for everything. There's just because you have X going on in your life doesn't mean you're not gonna be an asshole. Like that's what I've always said in my life. But like it also seems like AEW fans are more like, it is a more hardcore show. Like it is for more like wrestling fans, like as we've mentioned many times. But I feel like it is one of the more accessible, like the fans are more willing to be like, hey, like, come on, like, let me tell you everything. I also feel like that also has to put up with like them only being around for like 3 years. So there's less of a backstory to tell, where like AEW, it's just like this. It's like trying to watch fucking Days of Our Lives for the first time today. Like you have 60 fucking years of storyline.
You mean
WWE?
Watching WWE?
No, I'm talking about Days of Our Lives, the soap opera, because WWE.
You said AEW.
Okay, well, I meant WWE. where WWE, on the other hand, is like Days of Our Lives, where it's like you have fucking 60 fucking years of like story, and like, oh well, like when we had Rick on, we were like, yeah, the fucking Montreal Screwjob, and somebody said everybody knows that, and Rick was like, I don't fucking know what that is, like, but
yeah, he also wasn't a wrestling fan.
yeah, he does love Dolph Ziggler, and that's it.
Don't we all?
Yeah, we should get another guest on soon.
I would love to have a guest.
Yeah.
If you would like to be a guest on Young and the Restless.
I should also check our voicemail. I haven't checked that in like months.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything else. We should do another trivia episode soon.
We definitely need another trivia.
Yeah, somebody come for this fucking title, yo.
Yeah.
It's right here. waiting for you.
Let's ask Devin.
We could. Devin does want to come on. And Devin, we were his number one listened to podcast.
Let's do it. Let's ask him.
Devin, I'm calling you out, buddy. You're coming on this fucking show, and you're coming for this belt, and I'm going to fucking take you down, just like I've taken down everybody else, except for Max. We should have Max back on.
Yeah, I would love to have Max back on.
We should give Max the right to first refusal.
So how do you want to do, if we have Devin on, do you want to do just you versus him? Maybe we should just do one-on-one.
I'll take that. I accept that challenge. I'll put another 5 on that.
God, you're gonna be broke, man.
I won't have enough weed. I would also like to have.
I mean, I don't know how we do one-on-one, but we could figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, I did like when Justin, Nick's friend, Sam. When Sam was on the pod,
Sam Roberts, Justin Roberts.
Yeah, exactly. These keep falling down.
It's cool. They'll vibrate away.
But I liked when he did it because he had the whole.
Oh, that was a whole.
Maybe
thing.
he can make one, and you guys can host it.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Do a whole thing. This will be a pay-per-view. We'll live stream it on YouTube. We don't have to. I mean,
let's see what Devin's doing next week.
Let's just see what we can get going.
Yeah, because I think we've done enough of the not brackets, the fucking fantasy shit. I think it's time to
trivia.
We'll
get a guest. I'll get someone.
Oh man, we got
Jimmy Dream.
I can get Jimmy Dream.
We should have Jimmy Dream on.
We got a lot of voicemails.
Oh.
Do we?
Well, we don't need to listen to them all right now.
Oh, we're listening to this one.
And wanted to provide you with one final courtesy call before your warranty expires. If your warranty coverage becomes
We have 25 of these.
Off of the same number? Nice.
Dude, who had it before?
I have no idea. It's just like a robocall. And then we have a verification code. We have you've been selected to receive 75,000 USD from IMFNUN to receive kindly to send your biodata email. And then we have me doing the test saying it's Kane.
Well,
yep.
Time to pull that number down because nobody fucking called it.
Not even Devin's called it.
No. Yeah, that's kind of bullshit. Devin, why haven't you called us if we're your number one podcast?
And then
probably because they know no one's gonna answer the fucking phone.
Well, it's meant
true.
to.
We do let it just ring the voicemail.
You can give us a call at 410-929-4469. Again, that number is 410-929-4469.
Which is a great number.
It's almost 42069.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. But yeah, so any other plops, drops, tweets, creeps?
No, nothing yet.
Nick, do you have any events coming up?
No, not until maybe next month. Or no, maybe, I don't know yet. No. I might be wrestling this month. I may not be.
Didn't you go to PA? Did we talk about that one?
It was a shit show.
Okay.
Yeah, he tag teamed. Right?
Tag teamed. I hate tag teaming, and I'm gonna get every time I say that I get shit for it. I hate tag teaming.
Right? Yeah.
That's a different one. Yeah. So.
Dude, your extended warranty is really about to expire.
Dude, whenever they call, I just go, I don't have a car, and they hang up immediately, and then they never call me back.
Fuck them.
Yeah, but anyways.
Well, I'm
so
gonna go.
Devin, calling out the challenge to you. Max, you have the right to first refusal because you are the only one that has actually won on the pre-YouTube era of the show.
Yes.
Any guys? Lynn, you got anything going on?
I got nothing, man.
No, I mean, it's kind of a slow time. I mean, the winter months are always kind of slow for wrestling.
I mean, I'm down to still do weekly or even do drop-ins or whatever. But like we don't got anything going on until day one, which is January 1st.
January 1st.
Oh, we didn't even talk about fucking All Out or Full Gear.
Oh,
yeah, we did.
No, we
I
did.
feel like we did because we were all together.
Yeah, because we all watched it together.
Oh, maybe we did the episode before.
We did. Yeah, that's what we did. It was great. My cat attacked my friend's dog.
Yeah, that was
pretty cool.
was the highlight.
And then you brought your dog up, and then
5 minutes. I was like, nah, fuck this.
Yeah, and then this
many animals in one.
And then this lady was all like, "Wow." Yeah. So.
You could hear it's like.
Yeah. You want to do it some more? Yeah. But anyways.
All right.
Oh, okay. That's what she sounded like.
She did not like
She's
that.
fine. She's fine. And on that note, thanks for listening. Bye.